Hello, everybody. Bear and Bananas. Hope you're all doing well. Apparently, I was not muted that whole time. Weird. I'm usually really good about keeping that muted. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I didn't do it last time because of the raid. Maybe. Oh, well. Whatever. Things happen. Not like I was saying anything for that first 5 minutes. Anyway. Obviously, we are back with more Doki Doki Blue Skies for today. So, well, first off, let me do the thing I have to do. There we go. And I'll double check while I'm in the game as well to make sure that is turned on. I don't need no surprises. Even though I know it only comes up, like, once. Alright, so. What happened when we played last? Well, we went Christmas shopping for Yuri with Natsuki helping us. We then had a Christmas party with the literature club at our house. And, well, me and Yuri almost kind of had a thing going. Then Sayori came in and kind of ruined it. But thanks to a good suggestion from, Monica, but the next day, we decided to spend New Year's with Yuri. They went to the top of the Skytree Tower and watched the fireworks, and, well, we're dating. So, in their words, it's a good way to start off the new year. Alright, so, gonna load this up. It is now the new year, and we've got to deal with, well, back to school in the new year with new girlfriend and how the rest of the club will potentially react to that. I mean, they all kind of figured, you guys are dating, right? You're pretty obvious about it. Like, you're not being subtle. You two clearly like each other, so, are you guys dating or not? So, them finding out we get together will probably not be that much of a surprise. Alright, we're just gonna make sure. Yep, alright. That's just annoying that I have to do it every time. Oh, well. As my eyes slowly flutter open and the last vestiges of sleep leave my body, I run my hands through my hair, thinking about how my life is in its current state. Compared to how last January started, it's definitely a lot different. For one, I actually have a girlfriend now. We kissed, and it's a given that we like each other, so... Why do I still feel a little uneasy? Is it because I still find it hard to believe Yuri likes a guy like me? A clever, gorgeous, sophisticated girl like that? Self-doubt really has a way of eating you up from the inside. Yes. Yes, that's all I'm gonna really say about that. There's no point dwelling on it, Baron. She chose you for a reason, okay? Yeah. This year's got off to a good start, so let's keep it that way. A slow smile creeps onto my face as I get out of bed and start my morning routine. It's going to be an interesting year. Well, one thing I could do without is the bitter cold. It's always freezing around this time of year. Well, it's fucking January! At least I'll have Yuri to warm me up. Her love for snuggling up with indoors with a book in hand might just come in very handy. And she's also so warm whenever we hug. Who's talking to us? Who? I was an owl for a minute. Who? I do not know who this is, to be perfectly honest, who's showing up now. It could be Sakurai. It could be Monica. It could be Natsuki. I doubt it's Yuri, because that's a bit... That doesn't seem like a Yuri line, unless she's just kind of being a little more playful today. We will find out momentarily. Really interesting patch of wall, huh? In an attempt to hastily break out of my trance, I make a mental effort to bring myself to focus on the girl in front of me. Oh, it's Emmy! Okay. I haven't seen Emmy in, like, forever. Yeah, she does just kind of randomly show up at times. It's just a cool little cameo. But they had to go on record and say this is not the same Emmy. They just look the same, have the same kind of personality and whatnot, but it is not the same Emmy from the game. This is just their nod to it for being the huge inspiration. Which I mean, who doesn't like Emmy? Even if she's not your favorite girl from the game, you can't not like Emmy. So yeah, out of everyone I thought it would be, I forgot about Emmy. Because she's barely in this. What? Emmy giggles.
Come on. This is the first time in a while that I've been early, so I want to see a look on Sakurai's face.
I don't know, I forgot what my Emmy voice is, so bear with me, peeps. I grin. Lead the way.
How was your Christmas break anyway?
Pretty good, yeah. She must have picked up on the happiness in my voice as she bounces on the spot excitedly. I can tell what her next question is gonna be.
Oh? And why's that?
Well... It's always nice spending Christmas with some friends, you know? There's a mischievous smile on her face that puts me slightly on edge.
Especially when those friends are girls, huh?
Just gotta be fucking teasing and shit. Ugh. And of course that mischievous smile on her face is followed by a knowing smirk. What are you trying to say, Emmy?
Yuri, Baron? Wait, that's her name, right? The girl with the purple hair?
Yeah? Why?
Oh, nothing. I saw you guys together on New Year's Eve, that's all.
Oh, there goes my hopes of being subtle. She was probably there too!
So, tell me everything!
Thankfully, I'm spared from telling Emmy everything as the classroom door swings open and Sakurai strolls in. After setting down his papers, he turns to address the class. Saved by Sakurai. Morning, everyone. Hope you all had a good break.
Baron certainly did.
I nudge her in the ribs. Oh? And why's that? Come on, brain. Think of something. If you can somehow convince a girl like Yuri to like me, you must be capable. I just, Well, I did a lot of reading on 20th century history, so I'm, in a great position to hit the ground running this semester. Sakura doesn't look entirely convinced, but he nods. Oh? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to answer a lot of questions that are coming up then. He chortles and turns to face the backboard. Is it chortles, quartles? I gotta find out, actually. I think I've alternated between the two by two pronunciations. I want to find out the proper one. It's not one that's used very often, I don't think. Just in general life.
Chortles.
Oh, it is chortles. Cool. I was right that time. I glare at Emmy, only to be met by a childlike grin. The 1920s and the 1930s, guys. Ah, yes, the Roaring 20s and the Dirty 30s. Believe me, these are some interesting years. And just like that, the lesson's begun. Sometime later, I find myself wandering down to the club room. As I get closer to the door, I spot a familiar figure. A nervous smile works its way onto my face. Yuri? Yuri.
Good morning, Baron.
Morning, Yuri. It's nice to see you again. She smiles shyly. There's no hiding the red blush that's crept up onto her face.
And you, Baron.
There's an awkward silence for a moment. Of course, it's a given. Yuri doesn't really know how to take a compliment. Although that's part of what makes her so endearing. Shall we go inside then? Don't know about you, but I'm kinda hungry. She looks relieved at the change of topic.
Yes, I was just about to suggest that. It's rather convenient timing that we were both let out at the same time, don't you think?
Jeez, that's loud for me. That, or both of our teachers happen to be hungry? You're the analytical one, so I'll leave that to you. With a small laugh, she opens the door and leads us through. To my surprise, we're the last ones in. Monika and Sayori look deep in conversation about something, while Natsuki has her face firmly hidden behind some manga. The girls look over, well, Monika and Sayori do, and give us a brief smile before turning back to their conversation. Should we go over and talk to them? Yuri pauses for a moment as her eyes briefly go over the other club members. She eventually shakes her head.
Well, I wouldn't. It seems like they're all engrossed in their own thing.
Fair enough. Works for me. We both take a seat and pull out our food. Unsurprisingly, Yuri's meal looks a lot fancier than mine. I motion towards it. Homemade, I'm guessing?
Yes, you can never go wrong with a veggie stir-fry paired with rice. The combination of flavors is always satisfying to the taste buds.
I don't know why her route is so full of talking about food. I don't know why. I feel like I'm gonna get really hungry every time now. I mean, there is a massive emphasis on cooking and food in her route. I mean, technically Natsuki also has that, I think, but that's just for baking. Not just straight up make a meal. So, I'm sorry if people get hungry watching this as I describe fucking food forever. Yeah, I remember you saying.
Oh, I don't sound like a broken record, do I?
Huh? No, not at all. I just remember it because I thought it was really interesting how food meant so much to you. She doesn't look entirely convinced, but she starts eating nonetheless. A brief silence falls between us. Even though she's looking at her food, I get a shrewd suspicion that her focus is elsewhere.
Say, Baron,
Hmm?
have you given much thought to what you want to do after school?
Probably go home and watch anime. Why? Dude. We briefly make eye contact. Seeing Yuri narrow her eyes, trying to figure out if I was being sarcastic or serious, is strangely enjoyable in a silly sort of way. Eventually, she realizes I'm joking and smiles as she shakes her head softly.
You know what I mean.
Truthfully, I don't really know. It's not really something I've spent a lot of time thinking about, if I'm being honest. I probably should give it some thought, but... I guess it just isn't high on my priority list. My eyes wander over to Sayori and Monica. Sayori looks like she's a little sad about something, while Monica is apparently trying to cheer her up. Gee, I wonder what that could possibly be. The sight of them talking makes me feel grateful, but also a little guilty. As much as I've enjoyed spending time with Yuri, I haven't really seen much of Sayori over the past few months. Still, it's good to know she has other friends, right?
Given how we're only second years, it's understandable.
I return my gaze to Yuri. Judging by the look on your face, you probably spent a little more than I have on the matter.
I suppose you could say that.
Let me guess. You want to go to university? To study something like Japanese?
Was I really that obvious?
It was just a really fitting pick, that's all.
I suppose it is.
I imagine you're excited to go?
To university? Yes and no, actually. On one hand, university can be such a stimulating place. The amount of things you can learn while you're there. At high school, you're naturally limited by what your teachers choose to teach. From what I've gathered, you're given much more independence at the undergraduate level. But on the other hand, I've been at school for almost all my life. To make that jump, especially if I were to go to a new part of this country, well, it definitely invokes a lot of anxiety.
Yup. I had a crap ton of anxiety within just the first week of college. I mean, I got used to it pretty fast, but that first week is just like, oh god, did I make the right choice? What have I done? Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked out in the end, more or less. Actually, just a random ass tangent. I hadn't talked to too many people within that first week or two of, just college, because I was still trying to figure myself out, more or less. Then when one of our classes ended up getting canceled, I can't remember exactly which one. It might have been a math class or something. Yeah, I can't remember specifically which class. Most of us didn't really find out until we had gotten to the classroom. And, well, from there, I just kind of latched on to a group of 4 people, and they just kind of became my friends throughout the rest of college. And I kind of lost touch with them, but well, last I saw, one of them got married, so they must be doing good for themselves. I'm glad that they are. They help make college bearable.
there's a comfort to be had in routine. I know exactly what to expect. Well, for the most part, with school. Humans naturally dislike change, and as exciting as I think higher education will be, it comes at a cost.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, I can definitely see what you mean. But I think it's something we all have to go through at some point, right? Even if we just go straight into work after leaving school. My eyes wander over to Natsuki. Her position hasn't changed in the slightest. Man, that manga must be pretty damn good. Yuri follows my line of sight. Her eyes land on Natsuki as well. Given the already thoughtful look on her face, it's hard to tell if her thoughts have changed.
Natsuki is only a first year, so I suppose there wouldn't be much sense in having this conversation with her.
I don't think my post-school plans had even crossed my mind back when I first got into high school.
What about Sayori? Have you ever spoken about this with her?
Not really. We only began talking to one another a couple of months ago, and I catch myself just in time. Mentioning that Sayori and I haven't had much time to ourselves because I've spent so much time with Yuri would just make Yuri feel bad. Well, I guess there just hasn't been a right time. Besides, she's never really struck me as someone who really gave much thought to her future. Kinda like me. Whereas someone like Monica, well, the impression I get from her is that she's probably got a plan. I chuckle to myself, remembering how my parents used to say that my school years would flash by in the blink of an eye. I've had this conversation with Mom and Dad before. It was a while ago, though. I think they wanted me to go to university, so I guess our plans aren't too far off. Guessing you had a similar conversation with your parents, right? Yuri?
Oh, yes, I think so.
The vague, uncertain nature to her answer throws me off guard for a moment, but I'm not given much time to push it as Monica suddenly turns to us.
Hey, you two. Sorry about not saying hi just now. I was a little preoccupied.
Oh, fuck. Monica's off again. I'll figure it out as I go. It's all good. Everyone seemed to be doing their own thing, so I don't think anyone really noticed. You okay, Sayori? You looked a little down when we walked in.
Oh, I'm fine. What made you think that?
I don't know. Guess it just looked like Monica was trying to cheer you up about something? That's just how I interpreted the situation, that's all.
There's nothing wrong, silly. How was your New Year's Eve?
I glanced towards Yuri. There's a faint blush on her cheeks. It was really something. The look on Sayori's face goes from quizzical to understanding as soon as she puts two and two together.
Oh! You two... You're together, aren't you?
I reach out and gently weave Yuri's hand into mine. Yeah. Yeah, we are. What an interesting way of just announcing that.
I knew there was something going on between you two. I'm so happy for you guys.
Sayori's smile is so huge, it's almost bordering on insincere.
Great. That's precisely what this club needs. Lovey-dovey mushy stuff.
I'm surprised you even noticed said mushy stuff with how absorbed into your manga you seem to be.
It doesn't block out the sound of people kissing, you know.
That sounds like it came from personal experience. She tips her manga down to glare at me. I grin and raise my free hand up in a comedic display of self-defense. To be fair, she has a point. PDAs are a major no-no for me. Don't worry. We'll leave all the physical stuff when you guys aren't around. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, leave the club room for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, just to be safe. We'll lock the door. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like, the fuck you just say? I love the nervous laughing. What? Why are you all looking at me like that?
You never really think before you open your mouth, do you?
What do you mean? The sound of the bell ringing cuts my question short, and soon after, the sound of scraping chairs fills the air as everyone starts packing up. It's only as we're all heading towards the door do I realize why what I just said caused so much awkwardness. Oh. No, I didn't mean it like that. Guys? But Monica, Natsuki, and Sayori are already gone. Desperately, I turn to Yuri. You knew what I really meant, right? I awkwardly rub the back of my head. Yuri? She could have just walked away. That would have been a great ending, just this whole scene. Just her walking away. Just walking away with just maybe just a small smile on her face.
You know, you're quite endearing when you're flustered.
She smiles and heads off. Oh, this game is on. So now we're gonna try and fluster her back. Yeah, that could have been less awkward. It's nice to have a day to myself for once. Seems like it's been a while since I haven't made any plans for the weekend. Funny thing, what joining a single club can do to your social life. That's probably an exaggeration on my part, though. I'm just so used to staying in on the weekends that whenever I do go out, it's a huge deal in my mind. Let's see. What should I do? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the possibilities. Well, guess I should start by brushing my teeth and getting dressed. A fresh, minty taste permeates my mouth. Unfortunately, orange juice is out of the question for now. Ooh, yeah. Good call. Might as well make another foray into the world of cooking. What was one of the recipes Yuri told me about before? Egg rice? It sounded pretty simple back then. Let's see if it actually is. I half-heartedly swirl some rice around in a bowl full of water. It's been a while since I cooked rice for myself. I'm just too impatient to wait for it to cook. Let's start. Egg rice is pretty good. The mouthfeel is kind of slimy, but the taste is there. I don't know if I actually cooked it correctly, but how badly could I have messed up such a simple recipe? Yeah, isn't it just... your rice, crack an egg over it, mix it around. And then if you wanted to, add something like green onion or whatnot. Let me actually look that up. Egg rice. Yeah, it looks like it. Tamago Kake Gohan. I'm actually really curious about this now. Tamago is egg, Kaki's put on top, and Gohan is rice. So egg put on top of rice. That's literally the name of it. Traditional Japanese dish is typically made at home for an easy breakfast or light meal. A fresh egg is cracked into the bowl of rice, desired seasonings are added, and optionally, everything is mixed together before eating. Some people prefer to remove the egg white and just add the yolk to the bowl, while others put everything in. The umami from the egg yolk and the saltiness from the soy sauce combine to make a delicious and satisfying meal that is also extremely cheap. It's easy to make and is a comfort for many Japanese people. Okay. Wow. Apparently just getting over the feeling of the raw egg, it does get a bit of getting used to, but after that it's just that's good. It's a comfort food apparently. Just cook up some rice, crack an egg, and there you go. You got some egg rice. Tamago Kake Gohan. Yeah, so I don't think you screwed it up, buddy. You're just not used to eating a raw egg, I believe. I might make it again. Next time I'm too lazy to make something more complex. Which is to say, basically every meal. This has got to be more healthy than instant meals, though, right? I wonder if Yuri's eating this right now, too. She did say she eats it for breakfast quite often. It's like that cheesy saying where people are connected by the same moon overhead. But instead of the moon, we're connected by eggy rice. Yuri does wake up way earlier than me, though, so she's probably finished eating by now. Speaking of Yuri, I should probably make some headway on one of the countless books she's recommended to me if I want to be able to keep up with her. Let's see. I've only gotten through a few more chapters in the book, but I'm already feeling restless. The plot isn't bad, but the themes seem a bit elusive to me. It interestingly employs a stream of consciousness style of narration too that I'm not used to reading. I wonder if Yuri ever gets bored when reading. It's not like she's some inhuman reading machine, so there must be some writers who she dislikes. Knowing her, she'd probably be the type of person to soldier on and finish the book anyway, despite her feelings toward it. Maybe I should go outside and stretch my legs for a bit, then come back to the book later with fresh eyes. It's the type of winter day outside that's sunny, yet still chilly. The clear, cold sunshine lights up the uniformly gray sky. This kind of sunlight has always reminded me a bit of the hue of fluorescent lights. Makes the air seem strangely crystalline. Fortunately for me, it's not cold enough to warrant building up in a bunch of layers. Bundling up in a bunch of layers. Just a sweater is enough to keep me comfortable. Some people have crazy cold tolerances. I'll never be able to reach the level of girls who can wear skirts in freezing weather. Yeah. I applaud them. More so if it is by choice. Not by, you know, I have to wear a skirt today. They won't let me otherwise. I'm still impressed by that, even more so as if they have the choice of wearing something else, but they went with a skirt anyway. Sometime in the effort to want to look cute, or just in something comfortable for you to walk around in, inside otherwise, overrides the cold. That is some massive cold tolerance, or just straight up willpower. You just will your legs to keep warm. Despite them being, you know, uncovered in the frickin' wind and snow and all that horse shit. Canadian winter sucks sometimes. Speaking of which, there's a girl in a skirt approaching me. It looks like she's walking her dog. I think this is Shiori? Yep. Yeah, she, another one who barely shows up. Oh, man. Huh? Is that Shiori? She's got a cute little doggo. Doesn't really match the art style of everyone else, but oh well. Hey, Shiori. I don't know what kind of voice I gave her last time.
What's up, Baron?
I didn't know you lived this close to me.
Oh, is that your house over there? I wouldn't say I live too close by. It's just that I like to take really long walks.
Huh. Maybe you should go on a run with Emmy sometime.
Huh. As if I'd be able to keep up with her. Anyway, it's just my dog really likes being outside. So I hit two birds with one stone by getting both me and my dog exercise this way. Isn't that right, Mochi?
Mochi barks cheerfully in response, wagging his tail furiously. Mochi. That's a cute name. It matches his looks, too. He's really just a huge ball of white fur.
Yep. Samoyeds look kind of like giant blobs of white mochi, don't they?
I mean, maybe if you squint really hard and have terrible vision.
You just don't know how to appreciate dogs or mochi. So, are you out enjoying the sunny day as well? Or are you gonna pop back into your nasty otaku den after this?
Well, I decided to take a walk. Hey, I do not have a nasty otaku den! I wouldn't even call myself an otaku. Just because a guy dabbles in the occasional anime or manga doesn't mean that he's an otaku. There's a different meaning in Japan, otaku, in a way. Sorta. I mean, it did many years ago before, you know, anime really kicked off. Well, at least for a general audience.
Don't forget the video games.
Oh, yeah.
Wait! Don't worry. I won't tell any girls about it. How do you even know what hobbies I'm into? Look, just because I don't confiscate the manga you read in class, doesn't mean I don't notice it. You should be thankful you have such a chill class rep, huh? Otherwise, next time you swap manga with your buddies, you might find yourself in huge trouble.
Damn. Says the girl who wildly modifies her uniform. And just so you know, the girls I hang out with don't mind those things. Or at least, I don't think so.
I'm just teasing you, Baron.
Yeah. Do you have cram school or something after this? I assume that's why you're wearing your uniform out on a Saturday.
Eh? Nah, it's just a habit from my old school. I used to go to this really prestigious private school that required everyone to wear their uniforms outside. Like, every high school student wears their uniform when they go to academic-related things like cram school. But we had to wear our uniforms when we were just hanging out outside of school, too. Something about holding ourselves accountable for our conduct both in and out of school.
Sounds suffocating.
No kidding. The headmaster had a giant stick up his butt.
So, are you overcompensating with your current uniform then? Making up for all those years you couldn't customize your uniform?
Let's just say I'm glad the rules are less strict at our school.
Mochi suddenly barks and tugs at his leash, causing Shiori to stumble a bit.
Okay, Mochi. Looks like he wants to get going now. I'll see you at school, Baron.
See ya. Mochi runs off with a struggling Shiori in tow, as if Shiori's the one being walked by her dog. Well, I should probably head back in to finish my book anyhow. It's night by the time I flip over the last page of the novel and snap the cover shut. That's one book down, a billion more to go. Are you proud of me yet, Yuri? I'm about to contemplate rewarding myself by binging an anime. Binging an anime series when my cell phone rings. Speak of the devil. It's Yuri. I'm guessing that she's not calling to praise me on my literary accomplishments. Hey, Yuri. What's up?
Hello, Baron.
Just calling to say hi?
Oh, yes. I suppose so. Am I interrupting something? Oh, I hope I'm not bothering you.
Nah, don't worry. You're all good. I just finished one of the books you recommended me.
Oh? Which one?
It was that translated story about the thief who gets released from jail and becomes obsessed with the people who put him there. I don't think it's the one I'm thinking of. I'll have to look into it after.
And how did you like it?
I think I liked it overall, but it kind of made me feel a bit depressed too.
How so?
Well, the protagonist definitely isn't totally moral himself. I mean, he's a thief and ends up killing people by the end. But I couldn't help sympathizing with him. He lost everything while in jail, even his family, and just couldn't find his way back into society.
Is it true that he absolutely couldn't help but slip back into his old ways, though?
I guess not. He did have a mentor who gave him shelter and advice. Still, I found myself agreeing with him when he started to become sort of an anarchist revolutionary.
I suppose you...
What the Commissarated? Not commemorate.
Commiserate.
Oh, commiserate, okay.
I suppose you commiserate with the lack of justice from the protagonist's point of view.
Yeah. I did like how ironic the ending was. The main character spends the whole book calling his enemies traitors and dogs, but in the end gets killed by police dogs.
I think that I would agree with you on the story being a rather melancholic one. It's quite an existential bit of literature. However, I do disagree with the protagonist's actions myself. The way I see it, while the main character's life is unfair in some aspects, he also uses his anger and
Damn it, fucking up on that. It's kind of a whole throat stop for a minute there. Didn't want to make a sound.
He also uses his anger and anarchistic ideas to hide his own flawed character. After all, the story employs first-person narration and stream of consciousness, so there's an element of an unreliable narrator there.
That's true. He did try justifying some pretty bad things.
But in the end, death is the greatest equalizer. Just as the protagonist dies, so shall his supposed enemies. It really makes you think about the futility of life.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to that. Man, what a depressing turn this conversation's taken. Do you think that the main character could have changed, though? I mean, if he were a real person or something.
Well, it's not as though people are locked into certain personalities and dispositions at birth. I believe that people's experiences can deeply change how they see the world. The main character certainly had the ability to change. But all of the events that happened to him caused him to become misanthropic and embittered.
I'd agree with that. This kind of touches on the nature versus nurture debate too, right?
Nature versus nurture. One of the biggest questions regarding the human condition. I'm inclined to focus on how people's environments affect them, rather than on what they're genetically predisposed to do myself. That's one of the reasons why I love reading people's, both real and fictional, stories so much. You get to see how the characters develop through all the conflicts they endure. It's almost like a parent watching their child grow, but sped up to fit in a few hours it would take you to read the book.
Might only take you a few hours, but it'll probably take me much longer than that.
It doesn't take a long time when you become completely absorbed by the story. And what amazes me about literature is that it can even make you sympathize with despicable people by showing you how their mindsets are warped by their experiences.
But how do you know how much of a person's personality can be attributed to nature or nurture? There's no real way you can measure that kind of thing.
Oh, good point.
What if your brain is wired in a way that makes you more likely to enjoy things like literature and tea? Maybe dopamine gets released in your brain in a different way than it does in mine. That's just an example, though. I'm no neuroscientist.
Perhaps how much is the wrong question. It may be more accurate to ask something along the lines of how nature and nurture interact. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed the novel. I may be sending more recommendations your way soon.
Hold on! Still have a long list of books to go. Thanks for giving me all these recommendations, though. It's really helped me ease back into the literary world. Well, if you count the children's book I read as a kid as part of the literary world, it's literature. A specific kind of literature, but literature nonetheless.
Of course, Baron. I'm always happy to share my love for literature with others.
I can practically hear hear the smile in her voice. Fuck! I can practically hear the smile in her voice. You know, this is actually the first time today that I picked up my phone to use.
Do you call people often then?
Nah, I mostly use it to play games and read random posts online. Today's been really quiet for me, though, in a good way. All I did was cook, read, and go for a walk. Oh, and talk to you.
That sounds like a lovely day, Baron. Quite similar to mine, actually.
Seems like you're really rubbing off on me. We laughed together a bit at that. These gentle moments with Yuri, I wish they could last forever.
I hope that that's a good thing.
Are you kidding me? Of course it is. My mom would kill for a daughter like you. I realized too late what I just implied. Good one, Baron. Yuri's probably gonna hang up from embarrassment now, with how shy she is. I mean, you definitely have better grades than me and stuff.
I'm sure you're simply doubting yourself. Anyway, it's getting a bit late now, so...
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later.
See you in school, Baron.
See ya. Smooth, Baron. Smooth. Yeah, we are not a smooth operator.
Oh, god damn.
Another day, another 7 or so hours spent indoors at school. Countless hours lost training to enter the rat race of corporate life, conditioning us to equate wealth to self-worth. Well, let's get dressed. No time for breakfast today, unfortunately. I'm not going to degrade myself by running around with toast in my mouth either. So, on an empty stomach it is. Maybe I can grab a coffee from a vending machine somewhere. I wouldn't mind snagging bread from the school store either. Melon bread has always been my favorite, if a bit childish. Sayori's always liked it too. Well, I guess she'd like any kind of sweet bread. Oh, curry bread is really good as well. It's definitely a comfort food for me. Fried bread with a curry filling. Man, I'm making myself hungry. You're only torturing yourself here, Baron. I can't help but feel something niggling at the back of my mind. What the hell is niggling? I think nagging or something would have been a better word. Niggling is weird. A weird word. Probably has the same meaning as nagging or itching in a way. Niggling. Cause slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going with a bunch of different words this time. That's okay. Sort of, yeah. As long as they're easy for me to figure out. I try. I try as hard as I can. It's a weird, nebulous feeling. Like something's just a bit off. Don't tell me I forgot something. Quickly hoisting my bag in my arms, I rifle through its contents. Nope. Looks like all my homework and workbooks are here. Well, no use driving myself crazy over it. If I have all my stuff with me, it can probably wait. It's probably not that important anyway. I think I know what was eating at the back of his mind and what he's forgotten. Can any of you figure out what he may have forgot? Then a few minutes, the school comes into view. Wait a minute. I stop cold, mentally facepalming myself. By George, I think he's figured it out. I'm not walking with Sayori. Actually, I haven't walked to school with her in a while. Now that I think about it, the last time I walked with her was before winter break. By this time, I'm virtually in front of the school, though, so it'd be total overkill to rush back just so I could walk with her. Besides, it's nearly time for school to start. If she isn't nearly here by now, she's gonna be late. And if I go back to look for her, I'll be late too. Feels like I'm betraying her, though. With one last glance back, I step through the school gates. I'll just have to check up on her at the club. Who knows? Maybe she started coming to school early. Wouldn't be harder to get here earlier than me, after all. I've got to remember to catch up with her one of these days. Sayori. When we were kids, we were practically inseparable. What happened to us? Best friends forever, huh? I rest my head on my hand and close my eyes, letting Sakurai's droning wash over me. Soon enough, I can barely register the lecture going on in the background. Oh my god! I forgot about little cute Sayori! I forgot this is a thing in this game. She's so freaking precious! Oh my god, she's precious as shit. Hey Jen, how's it going? Sayori was pretty cute as a kid. She used to always wear tank tops and short. You're so close. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Ah, frickin' cinnamon bun.
Her hair was just as messy back then as it is now. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but we thought that we'd get married in the future. Of course, kids don't really get what marriage actually is. But we just kind of expected everything to stay the same. Forever. Forever's a long time, though, and nothing panned out the way we thought it would. I wonder if she regrets losing contact for so long. Funny thing, how you can drift apart despite being neighbors. I don't know if I'd say she's changed a lot, but things are still pretty different. Not to mention that I've definitely changed too. And now, Yuri. How I managed to get a girl like Yuri to fall for me, I'll never know. Baron gets saucer. Oh my god. Oh my god. I forgot about little Sayori. Yeah, my eyes did go wide. I like cute shit too, okay? And that was cute. Yup, feel the moe. If anything, my dating Yuri now shows how much I've changed. From hanging out with loudmouthed, bubbly girls to quiet, bookish types. Maybe that whole opposites attract thing is true? Not that our personalities are so different. I feel like I'm becoming more and more like her every day. Or at least, I hope so. Intelligent, well-spoken, soothing. Well, it's not like she doesn't have her flaws, though. Seems like Yuri has plenty of baggage herself. The social anxiety, for one thing. With any luck, I'll be able to rub off on Yuri too and help her with some of her issues. I don't expect I'll be able to cure her or anything by myself, but hopefully I'll be able to support her where she needs it. It's funny how much brighter the future can seem if you can be together with someone you truly care about. Together. Forever? Okay, I'm not liking the vibes. What? No. No. None of this. No. Eh? Qu'est-ce que fuck? Huh? Sayori?
You said we'd be together forever.
Wait.
So why? But that's when we were kids. Why did you leave me all alone? I'm sorry, Is my friendship not enough? I don't know what happened. I thought you wanted me around again. When we started walking together again? But I guess I was wrong. No, that's not it! The
fuck is going on? Can I not have this, please?
This is who you really want, right? Stop. It's not like that. I just hope the same thing won't happen to her. That's not what happened. I can't stay in the past like this. I'm sorry about what happened between us, but please don't break her heart like you did mine. This isn't healthy. We can't change the past. Please, just hear me out. Why aren't you saying anything? I'm trying. I really am. Please, just say something. I don't want it to be like how it was before. Don't leave me without a word for years. Tell me you're not gonna run away again. I was scared. Tell me you can at least see my face. Please.
I'm sorry, Sayori.
Baron?
But no matter how many times I apologize, it won't change anything. We have to move on from this. Otherwise, we won't be able to fix anything. I didn't choose Yuri over you. I care about you both, just in different ways. Please, Sayori. Look forward to the future together. You, me, Yuri, even Natsuki and Monica. Let's all support each other. Friends forever, right? Isn't that right, Yuri? What the fuck is going on? Are we just having a fever dream right now? Yuri? No thank you. Fuck.
The past is never dead. It's not even the past.
Huh?
That's a quote from Requiem for a Nun by Faulkner.
What?
No, stop! I don't expect you've read any of his works, though. You're not much of a reader, are you? You'll never be able to keep up with me, you know. I can tell you're being insincere every time we speak about literature. That's not true at all. You don't have to keep up all your false pretenses, Baron. Otherwise, you'll just come off as a pseudo-intellectual. Yuri! Why? Well, Baron, what do you have to say for yourself? Baron? Stop. Baron?
No! Okay, we were just having a fucking daydream. What the fuck? No! No! No, 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 no. Fucking Christ, what the hell? Alright, so we got some issues with our feelings for Sayori and how we feel like we're leaving her behind, obviously, and feeling that we can't actually match up to Yuri. I mean, every time we talk about it, it's always like, how did I manage to get it with a girl like Yuri? It's like, bro, come on, have a little more self-worth. And yeah, Emmy, she's shown up. This is the second time she's shown up in this specific stream.
Baron? Ah! Jeez, Baron. If you want to sleep in class, you really should be stealthier.
What? Sleep? So it was just a dream then? Takes me a moment to get my bearings back, but once my head clears, I'm back to reality. Oh my god. Okay, we were just having a fucking daydream. What the fuck? No. Just original character they added to help flesh out the world. That's what Shiori is. And you gotta get back to work? Alright, thanks for stopping by, Jen, and thank you for the clips. Hope your day goes well. Takes me a moment to get my bearings back, but once my head clears, I'm back in reality. And in this case, reality is history class. How the hell am I supposed to control how I wake up? Am I not sleeping so deeply for one thing?
Yeah, I called your name a bunch of times before you woke up. You're lucky we're supposed to be doing group activity right now. Otherwise, it might have been Sakurai waking up with a slap from the workbook. Yeah.
Very good class rep you are, letting classmates sleep in class.
Hey, I can report you if I want to.
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
You'd be good after taking a nice long nap, too.
Hey, give me a break. Yet another school day is done and over with. Fortunately, the rest of my classes were less eventful. Now I've got to try and stay awake in literature club. My phone suddenly begins to vibrate, and I step to the side of the corridor to check it. Huh? It's Monica. Scratch that. It's a new group chat she made for the literature club. That's actually pretty smart. Hey guys, no club today. Sorry for the short notice. I have class rep meeting. Sorry. That's pretty cool. I like things like that. Fucking Natsuki. Whoa, that cow emoji suits you perfectly, Natsuki. Lol. Yeah, is that a pic of you in real life? Shut up! I chuckled to myself as I put my phone away. You could say I'm carrying the literature club around in my pockets now. My smile turns into a sigh, though, as I watch everyone around me rushing to their respective clubs. Guess it's the go-home club for me today. I'm home. Maybe I'll take a quick nap. Not like my mom's home to nag me about it. Flopping down on the bed, I bury my face in the covers. However, my relaxation is cut short when my phone rings, startling me out of my daze. God damn it, this better be good. Oh, it's Yuri. Hello?
Baron. Hi.
What's up, Yuri?
Tell me if I'm being too forward. But would you mind if I came over to your house right now?
Huh? Sure thing. Do you want to hang out, or...
Well, this may be a bit strange for me to say, but my house, it's a little too quiet for me today. It's not that I'm afraid in the traditional sense of the word, but I feel very unsettled by myself.
That really is weird. Yuri, of all people, having trouble with things being quiet? Huh. Are your parents not home?
No, they aren't.
Do you want me to meet you at your place and walk you back? We could take the bus, too.
No, you really don't have to bother.
It's seriously no bother. I'm not doing anything right now, so...
No, it's fine, really. I want to walk by myself for a while and gather my thoughts.
Well, if you're sure. Call me if you need me to come along, alright?
Okay. Thank you. I'll be seeing you shortly then.
See you in a bit. So, Yuri's coming over, huh? Oh man, I really need to clean this place up. I can't help but think it would have been easier for me to just go over to her place. Oh well, I've got to take better care of my house anyway. Can't believe how hard I'm breathing just from cleaning things up. Granted, I've really been speeding along to finish on time, but still. Right on cue, the doorbell rings. Hopefully I don't look as frenzied as I feel. Hey, Yuri.
Hello, Baron. Thanks for having me on such short notice.
It's all good. What kind of boyfriend would I be if I wasn't accommodating to you? To be honest, it still feels a little surreal when I think about how I'm dating Yuri. And judging by the blush on Yuri's face, she feels the same way.
Even if you say that, as your girlfriend, I should be considerate of your schedule too.
Well, my schedule's completely free right now, so come on in. Yuri smiles a shy smile that pulls at my heart. A gust of wind whistles in through the open door, momentarily causing us to shiver. It's gotten pretty cold outside, huh?
It's definitely winter. Although it's my favorite season, the chill can be less than comfortable.
Good thing I know the perfect remedy for that. Cuddling together indoors with a good book.
That does sound wonderful.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Any hot tea you have would be perfect.
Fine by me. I think I have some green or black tea left. I quickly pop into the kitchen and start searching through the cabinets. Pots, pans, baking supplies, spices... Did I somehow run out? I don't even drink tea that often. As I shove a box of cake mix back onto the shelf, a couple packets of powder fall onto the floor. What's this? I wonder if this would do. Hey, hope I didn't leave you waiting for too long.
Really, it's fine. It makes me happy just being here.
Not as happy as I am with you here. Man, When did I turn into such a cornball? Dude, you honestly, you just kind of start saying stuff. Especially at the beginning. But it's all kind of genuine. Actually, it's just all genuine stuff you say. It's corny as shit, but it's like you just kind of say it. Mostly because you like seeing your partner smile. That cheesy line made Yuri giggle, at least. See, yeah, that's it. You just kind of want to make them laugh, see them smile, because you say how much they make you happy, and then actually see them happy, it makes you feel even happier. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but it happens to pretty much everyone. Anyway, I couldn't find any tea. But I did find this, if you'd like to try it out. I hold up the packets of cocoa powder for Yuri to examine.
Hot cocoa? I've never had the powdered version before, but let's try it.
Oh, your adventurous side is coming out, eh?
Maybe. I'm not one to turn down a hot drink during the winter.
Let's get going then. Within a few moments, we have 2 steaming mugs of instant cocoa in front of us. Having just been mixed, a tan froth swirls into a spiral on the surface. Yuri peers down into the liquid with a look of anticipation. Still can't believe you've never had instant cocoa before. And I bet you're the type of person to heat up the milk on the stove rather than the microwave too.
Microwaves are simply inferior devices as compared to stoves.
Of course. Well, you gonna try it then?
I suppose so.
She raises the mug to her lips and takes a hesitant sip. There's a strange look on her face. I mean, I don't expect an instant powder to be able to match up with the real thing, but I can't tell if she likes it or not. What do you think?
I don't really know how to describe it. It tastes...
Like it was made from an instant mix?
Exactly.
We both chuckle at that, filling the warm kitchen with warmer laughter. Yuri closes her eyes and sighs contentedly, tracing the rim of her mug with a finger.
I remember my mother making me hot cocoa during Christmas time when I was younger. Even now, I can never make my cocoa as creamy as she could.
Don't you still have cocoa with your mom? You could just freeload off of her.
That is, I used to freeload off of her for many more things during the holidays. Once I ended up eating all of her peppermint bark.
Huh. I didn't know you had such a sweet tooth. Now that I think about it, though, Yuri has shown a propensity for eating sweets before.
Well, it's a bit more understated now, but when I was in elementary school, I definitely did. I suppose I grew out of it. Anyway, I believe that one of the reasons why my mother started teaching me how to cook was because I was always asking her to cook something for me.
That makes sense. I think my mom probably wishes she did that as well.
I was quite the ferocious eater as a child.
If we'd been friends as kids, we probably could have eaten our parents at a house and home between the two of us. Actually, I guess Sayori and I kinda did that anyway.
Sayori's appetite is forever insatiable, it would seem.
You've got that right.
Did the two of you spend your Christmas times together then?
Mm-hmm. We were practically thick as thieves within a week of our first meeting. I think we spent every single Christmas together. Until middle school.
That was when you two drifted apart, wasn't it?
Yeah. To be honest, I still feel kind of guilty about that.
Was it not mutual? The diminishing of your friendship, I mean.
It happened kind of naturally, in my opinion, so I guess it was mutual? I don't know. That was around the time the divorce was happening, so I was preoccupied with my own angst at the time, too. I'm sure that contributed a lot to it.
I see. It's no wonder you might have felt like not talking then.
Guess so. Sayori, my mom, and I used to be really close back then.
Your mother may be busy working now, but you can still maintain your relationship with Sayori, couldn't you? After all, you did spend this past Christmas with her, along with the rest of the literature club.
I don't want to tell Yuri that I've kind of dropped off in hanging out with Sayori again after beginning to date her. Yeah. I still feel like it's not enough to make up for everything. Like, I'm not the only one with problems, right?
Yes, but that doesn't invalidate your issues, Baron.
I really value her friendship, but at the same time, it'd feel weird to suddenly talk to her about this stuff. How am I supposed to act all moody with such a bright and bubbly girl? Hell, I don't even know much about her current life. I don't know who her other friends are, or whether she likes anyone, or if anyone likes her. So, what gives me the right to butt back into her life again?
But if you still want to remain close to her, and I suspect that you do, you'll have to somehow confront the guilt within you. Maybe if you speak to her about it, you'll find that she doesn't blame you for anything at all. Actually, I think that's what she'd likely say to you.
Yeah, Sayori is the type of person to forgive and forget. I've always liked her optimism. It kind of balanced out my occasional cynicism.
Where do you think you two would be if you hadn't drifted apart?
I don't know. Really close, for one thing. I'd probably be a lot more tired all the time from taking care of her. Have you seen the way she can just come out of her house in the mornings? She can be pretty needy, but in a good way.
I'm sure you're only exaggerating. After all, Sayori is a cute girl.
Oh. Oh. Baron, you're the most oblivious guy in existence. Yes. Game Baron is a dumbass. He doesn't notice things easily. If we hadn't drifted apart, I probably would have joined the literature club sooner, too. Then I could have met you sooner. Who knows? In another timeline, we could be celebrating our 1-year anniversary already. That's a relatively good save, isn't it?
Maybe.
I'd give anything in the world for these moments, though. When we're just talking together in a cozy place. I slide my fingers between hers and squeeze her hand, which remains limp in my grip.
Please don't be as upset as my imagination is making you out to be. Suddenly, Yuri pushes her chair back and stands up. Sorry, but could I use the bathroom? Huh? Oh, of course. You know where it is, right? Yes. Now, please excuse me. Yuri quickly leaves the room, leaving me alone with our long, cool Coco. Ugh, Baron, why do you always have to mess things up? 'Cause we're dumbass, that's why. We are a mega dumbass. I put my head down on the table, closing my eyes and letting out a heavy sigh. The table is cool on my forearms, but I can feel my cheek heating up in... What is it? Embarrassment? Guilt? I can't tell. Just calm down, Baron. Calm down. Huh? Did I manage to doze off? Must have developed narcolepsy or something. More importantly, though, where's Yuri? If she's still in the bathroom, I probably only knocked out for a minute or two. Holy... It's dark outside! A quick look at my phone confirms that I've been asleep for an hour. Maybe Yuri left already? It would be in character for her to not want to disturb me in my sleep. I'd better check the bathroom, though, just in case. The door's closed, and I don't want to try the knob just in case Yuri's still in there. Fuck. I think I know what's happening now. Great. That's still a thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is, fuck my life. Great. Oh, hey, Nichols. Hey, you're just in time. To catch you up on what you've kind of missed. The club knows we're dating now, and everyone's just kind of like, okay, yeah, that's to be expected kind of thing. And we've just been, like, hanging out with, Yuri every now and again. Jen got 2 clips from when we were randomly daydreaming in class, which brought us, some nightmare fuel. Oh, the first one isn't nightmare fuel, it's actually adorable as all fuck. The second one is it ends off the nightmare fuel. We were having a daydream, a bad daydream. And we got some classic Doki Doki vibes in them. Like glitching out faces and whatnot. Oh. So yeah, just for this one, Eureka called saying she was feeling a little too alone. And asked if she could come over, and she did. Then she needed to go to the bathroom. We ended up falling asleep in our kitchen for a fucking hour, apparently. And she's still in there. Oh, hey, Darkman, how's it going? Freaking fingers hurt. Okay, I think I know what's happening. I'm not making these noises.
There's a sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Yuri, are you in there? A loud yelp sounds from within, followed by the clatter of something falling on the floor. Are you hurt? Hold on, I'm coming in. To my relief, the doorknob turns in my grasp. And yeah, this might be an invasion of privacy, but if she's hurt... Yeah, she's still doing that. Fuck. Oh, boy. Yuri. Huh? She quickly pulls her sleeve down. She grimaces in pain as she does so. It must have agitated her fresh wounds. What? Seems that my brain is short-circuited. I have no idea where I should look. I can't bring myself to make eye contact. Yuri opts to hide her face behind a sheet of hair, nervously weaving a strand of her hair between her fingers. Yuri. Did you do that? Would you believe me if I said that I didn't? What did you use? Yuri's eyes dart downwards for a second. There's a bloody razor blade on the floor. The tiles around it splattered with tiny droplets of blood. I gingerly pick it up with 2 fingers and wrap it in a wad of toilet paper. Have you been cutting yourself in here this whole time? No answer. She still won't look at me. Why? Was it because of what I said? About Sayori? Yuri, I'm sorry. Truly. I should have been more considerate. I didn't mean to come off that way. I was just... At this, she finally breaks her silence. No. Yuri? It's not your fault, Baron. I'm afraid that it's just me and my own failings. What are you talking about? If I hadn't said anything, this would have been inevitable. Huh? I don't get what you're saying. Could you help me understand? Please? Okay. But could you give me a little time to clean up and think things through a bit? Of course. I'll be waiting in the living room. Wait. What is it? Do you need any help? I just need some bandages and rubbing alcohol to clean and dress my arm. There should be some in the medicine cabinet over there. Feel free to help yourself to anything you need. And tell me if you need any help. I got it. Now, excuse me. I shuffle out of the bathroom, although not before I pocket the toilet paper-covered razor blade. That thing is going straight into the trash. Yuri. My body feels like a stone as I sink into the couch.
I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to think. The reality of it all is just beginning to hit me. Yuri cuts herself? It's true I've never seen her without long sleeves before. But how could she be doing such a thing? And why? Does her family know about it? All of a sudden, an abundance of thoughts pour into my mind, as if a dam had burst in my brain. With the shock worn off, there's just too much to think about. And you're back. Welcome back, Jen. Yeah, you just missed it. We fell asleep at the kitchen counter while Yuri was over when she went to the bathroom. We ended up falling asleep for an hour, decided to check if Yuri was still in the bathroom, and she was. With a razor blade. And her sleeve rolled down. Yep. Yeah, that's still a thing that happens. So, yeah, she's gonna kind of talk to us. Yeah. Yeah. This is, yeah. Fuck. Is Yuri seeing a doctor for this? There's gotta be some kind of therapist that specializes in this, right? And I hate to think about it, but is Yuri suicidal? I'm lost in my ruminations that I hardly notice that Yuri's in front of me. Oh, you're out. Are you okay? Sorry, that was a moronic thing to say. Are you good to talk, though? If you're not comfortable, you don't have to. No, it's okay. I'd feel terrible if I were to leave you clueless. Really, you don't have to force yourself. But this is the sort of situation where I do need to force myself. Oh God, we're in a cycle of uncomfortable politeness. Well, if you're sure, just remember you don't have to tell me everything if you're not ready yet. Thank you, Baron. We sit together in silence for a moment. Even though we're right next to each other, it feels like there's an unfathomable gap in between us. A gap I may never be able to comprehend. Yuri clears her throat. Baron, just so you know, this isn't anything of any of your doing. I know what you're thinking. You probably think that I'm jealous of Sayori, and that's why. That's why I cut myself, right? Yeah, that is what I'm thinking. But I'm guessing it's not true? She nods slowly. To be honest, I'm actually jealous of Sayori, but not in that way. I trust you, Baron. Enough to know you wouldn't secretly harbor feelings for someone else, that is. I'm jealous of Sayori as a person. I wish I were anyone but me. Oh, god damn it, no! Tears start pooling in the corners of Yuri's eyes as her voice starts to waver. I wish I could be cute and bubbly and energetic. Not this gloomy, self-pitying milquetoast of a girl.
Okay, that's just cringy on my part, but I don't care. I'm continuing to go with it. She struggles to get the words out through her tears, her strength and stuttering marking the severity of her emotional turmoil.
Yuri. That's not all either. I'm jealous of your relationship with Sayori. I could never imagine being that close to someone. To be more accurate, I'm jealous of the relationship itself.
I reach out to hold Yuri in my arms, but stop when she flinches at my touch. But what about us? Don't you think that we're close? I love you just the way you are, Yuri. She shakes her head, wiping her face with a sleeve.
I've been keeping all these secrets from everyone, including you. This is like a self-exile, isn't it?
The wavering laugh makes my heart break.
How can I be close to someone if I can't help but hide my true self? Yuri, I don't really know what to say, except to deny your claims. There's a reason why I started dating you. Because I love you. And these thoughts... Is this why you cut yourself today? Do you do it often? I harm myself when I get overwhelmed by my emotions. Obviously, I wasn't thinking straight when I went to the bathroom just then. I hate myself so much sometimes that I need to take it out on my skin and flesh. How else am I going to receive my just punishment?
Punishment? You don't need to be punished for anything. You need to stop doing this to yourself, Yuri. Yeah, you ever just tried not? Jesus, fuck, dude. That's not the thing to say. She gives me an absolutely miserable look.
I know, but I don't know if I can.
Could you please try to stop, though? Please? Have you talked to your parents about it? They could help? Or could they help? There's a long moment of silence. When Yuri finally speaks, it's barely audible.
I imagine they would have done everything in their power to help me.
Suddenly hits me like a truck. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, she's got no parents either. I mean, she's been kind of hinting about it the entire time. She's only ever referred to her parents in the past tense. The entire time, she's only ever referred to them in the past tense. Jesus Christ. This fucking game. Yuri's parents are dead. all these clues, and I never noticed it. Her nervousness whenever I ask about her family, her constant use of the past tense when talking about them. My eyes begin to tear up at the realization of all the pain that Yuri's been through. She looks like she's trying to put on a strong front, but tears quickly begin to roll down her face again. They're gone, aren't they? All at once, she buries her face in my chest, muffling her quiet weeping. Yuri. I gently wrap my arms around her. We sit together like that for who knows how long. The warmth of our embrace reassures me, telling me that Yuri is safe with me for now. But at the same time, a voice in the back of my head says that her mind, her thoughts are unreachable. All I can do now is hold her, lonely as she is in the land of tears. Yuri? She stopped crying by now, but still seems to be hiding from the world in my chest.
Baron.
Do you want to go to bed now? We can talk about anything else you want in the morning.
Yes, that sounds nice.
She slowly rises up and stretches, combing through her hair with her fingers. Oh, and one last thing. Tell me if it's too personal for you to share.
What is it?
Do you ever think about killing yourself?
No! Sorry. But no. I don't want to die, but I can't find any other way that I can cope with with this life.
I see. Can't say that I completely understand it, but I'm extremely relieved to know that.
Could we get to bed now? I'm afraid that I'm emotionally exhausted.
Of course. Let's head upstairs then. You can take my bed. I'll just sleep on the couch in the living room or something.
Wait!
Yuri suddenly reaches out and takes hold of my sleeve.
We can sleep together.
Huh? A blush reddens Yuri's pallid face.
In the same bed. It wouldn't be fair to ask you to do otherwise. Please, don't leave me alone.
Don't worry. I'd never do that to you. We get ready for bed, and soon find ourselves snuggled together under the covers. Neither of us speak, but the silence of the room is imbued with a certain understanding. Yuri clings onto my arm as we fall asleep together, her slender arms intertwined with mine. Right as I'm about to succumb to sleep, I hear a murmur from Yuri.
Don't leave.
My tongue is thick from drowsiness, but I manage to get one word out in reply. Never. Yeah! Yep. That happened. So, yeah, Nichols, yeah, we were both right and worried about that title. That fuck, oh, God, oh. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, I knew some of that was coming, obviously. But you know something is up, was, they gave this mod a, you know, like a tagline, which I think kind of tells you all you need to know about what to potentially expect. Will blue skies remain, or will the storm take over? What does that tell you? And again, they said this mod was heavily inspired by Katawa Shoujo, which, you know, dealt with some heavier topics. So, yeah. We are getting the good and the bad all at once. I'm probably gonna have to start adding like a trigger warning. And I'm pretty sure I still have my stream set to mature only. So things are gonna get worse before they get better is what you're saying? Things are gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Things are going to happen. But yeah, what a way to start off Act 3. The reveal that not only does Yuri cut herself when she's emotionally overloaded, her parents are also dead. Oh boy, what a downer way to end this stream. In fact, I'm going to the menu just to get rid of this somber ass fucking music. There. You try to bring the mood up a little bit. Somehow. Maybe. Probably not. There's no real coming back from that. Ah, God. Fuck. Yep. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, so, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, SD Gundam. That's what it's gonna be, so we're gonna get away from that to more Gundam times. So away from, teenagers going through a lot of emotional, stress and issues in high school to child soldiers fighting for rights. What a goddamn cheery string of streams I'm gonna have. Oh god, and then later in the week after that, I got caught with Shoujo, getting onto Rin's route, which is just a lot of heavy thinking from everything she fucking ever says. I think it's almost right now that it says mental health is where everyone finds my streams from. What the fuck happened? Yeah. I'm still kind of in shock. I kind of knew that was coming, but it still got me. Still Ugh. Still takes me by surprise. I would love to do something else to try to really calm down from it, but I've got nothing in mind. So I'm just gonna end here. So yeah, thanks everyone for showing up, commenting, watching, lurking, everything. I very much appreciate it. I hope you have a much better rest of the day. I'll see you next time.